This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for July 18th, Saturday, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. As I've shared with everybody, there is the frequencies and energies flowing around you are rampant, and they're very distractive. And what that means is that you have a couple of situations with yourselves, is that when this type of energy and frequency is flowing around, and you get all of these things seem to be misnomers and disappointments. It's all an illusion, and the tough part for many of us is to differentiate that illusion to one thing and one thing only, that you are the only reality, that everything else is created by you. There's no debating this. This is a fact. So what that means is that we perceive things a lot differently than we realize we do. When you look at something, certain things happen in your physical body. And what happens is that emotions, because you're viewing something, and it's no different. All that information is being assimilated. Everything you're viewing is being literally processed. It cannot not be, okay? So what you look at and what you view is being processed. Now, that information that comes into you, if you are not consciously aware of who and what you are, that within you house a God, a pure consciousness that was created by Source Creator. And we're all pieces of Source creation. But if you don't know that, if you haven't made that step and decided to do that for yourself, then you're going to see all of these things that you're watching and taking place, and what you're being told is all a lie. But if you don't have that connection within you, it will look to be the truth, and you'll assimilate it, and that brain and that ego mind will literally embrace it, and then all these offshoot thoughts will come from it. And when that happens, you literally move yourself into the lower survival data frequencies. That doesn't mean you're aware of it. A lot of people aren't. And this is where we feel helpless, okay? You ever hear people say, I feel helpless. I don't know what to do. This is because they have not connected with God within, and I mean truly so, all right? There's a trick that's played. You believe you're connected to the God within you, but it's through the ego mind. And so you're really not connected to the God within you. And why is this so important? Why is it so important for the civilization to be connected with the God within them? Now you can say, I know that. You can say, oh, I am. But if you're experiencing with the externality of this world that we all create for ourselves, you realize that, okay, so who's leading this life? Who's leading my life? Is it the externality out there? Is it all these illusions and propaganda being thrown at me that's running my life? Directing me and guiding me how to be, how to respond? Is that what's leading me? Is that what's guiding me? Or is it the God within me? Well, how do you tell the difference? You're not engaged with that stuff. You're not engaged with it. And it's tough, too, because the ego is sitting there. That little guy is sitting there, and it's just banging away. And that's why you get that, that feeling you get. You're walking around with a bunch of people that are totally, unconscious, bicameral, and they're all wearing masks and everything, and you're going, this is just absolutely crazy, and it affects you emotionally. Then you know you're not connected with the God within you. Because if you were, then you said, I'm going to spend my energies and frequencies on being and really truly experiencing deep gratitude for everything. Everything. Deep gratitude. This shifts the frequency, and it harmonizes your vibrational energies and frequencies. That is your main priority. That for each of us. Because, and people say, well, why is that? And I was just on a conversation earlier this morning where you don't seem to realize that this is a priority, and that if you don't do that with yourself, and you decide, no one else decides, you do. Okay? And all of us are on equal ground. We're all gods in these bodies. It's just different perspectives that we have of ourselves. That's the only thing. We're not separate. So when you understand that with yourself, you begin to embrace the fact to say, why do I engage myself with all of this rhetoric, all of this crap out here? And there's no reason to. Why would I put my energies on that? Why am I not putting my energies on myself and the God within me? Because I'll tell you what happens. When you do that, you're no longer caught in this ego mind conflagration, so to speak, where you fear and worry. Fear and worries is, like I've said several times before, thoughts. That's all they are, till we embrace them and create them into reality. That's all. That's what they are, bottom line. They're just thoughts. So by literally making an effort for yourself of and from Source Creator and the love that you are and the gratitude, the deep gratitude, you move out of that frequency. You affect everyone around you in a very high way, a very enlightened way. That's what happens, see? And that helps the rest of civilization by you going within your kingdom of God and understanding who and what you are and embracing every aspect of yourself, forgiving, being gentle and kind and humble with yourself. How do you think that affects others? And it affects them in a much higher frequency. You're not in fear. Why would you ever be in fear? Why? Why would you ever be in fear? Because the ego mind dictates this thought to you. And it could be anything. Fear of the future, fear of the past, fear of wealth, fear of poverty, fear of happiness, fear of joy, fear of sadness, fear of hatred. You see what happens? It's a no-win situation. Because the ego mind is incessant, it never stops, and it's never satisfied. So this is why we garner fear of everything. We have fear of everything. Some of us more extensive than others, okay? But we all have fear of everything. And how do we view money? This is how we view money. We view money for security, but we are the security. You see how twisted it is? We fear not having money because of security. What is security? We are security. We're our own security, always will be, always have been. When we're thrown and subjected to lack of emotionality, the dictation of the ego mind through the heart mind. This is a thought that's created into heavy emotion, forlornment, fear, worry, stress, anger, afraid that I have a roof over my head. I'm going to be able to eat. What am I going to do? I'll be happy when I have a lot of money. Then when you have a lot of money, you're not happy. And you see how this works? Do you see how it's a circle jerk? It's a catch-22. You're always going in a circle, thinking from taking in externality, taking in what you're seeing, okay, and assimilating it, because you are literally everything you're watching and seeing and listening to. That mind, your mind, which has no structure. Remember, it's not structured. It's everywhere, flailing all over the place. And when this whole process, this whole thing that happens, you're assimilating and creating thoughts and other thoughts that aren't yours. And imagine what it would be like that you have no fear. You have no fear. Period. None. No matter what takes place. This is the reason that is because you're with your God. Always. And you understand that the universe has your back, always has, always will. It's all of this is in your favor. Really not. The only thing that isn't in your favor is if you decide to continually entertain yourself with external reality. That's it. That's what happens. Then you're not in your favor. Then you're fighting every inch of the way. Remember the people in the boat fighting upstream with the oars and grimacing, beet red faces, sweating, getting exhausted because they're trying to fight the current. You don't fight the current. Do you know what the current is? You're the current. Why would you fight yourself? As many of us do. We fight ourselves. Why do we get angry? Why do you get angry when someone tells you the truth, but you don't acknowledge it for yourself, so you become angry about it? Does that make any sense? Instead of saying, why did I get angry? What caused me to become angry? What was it? What triggered that? And I will guarantee you, 100,000% of the time, it will go right to your ego. It will literally connect to your ego. Every single time. If you take the time to pursue why you responded the way you did. Now, you're not judging yourself. You're learning about yourself, which a lot of us don't do. A lot of us don't learn about ourselves. A lot of people say, that sounds really weird. Learn about yourself? Well, yeah, because if you don't learn about yourself, how are you going to be with anybody else? Have you ever been around people that do self-sabotaging? Where they have something so wonderful that they're grateful for it, but yet, on the other hand, they literally tear it apart. They destroy it. They ambush it. Yet they're not aware of it. So they continually ambush themselves until it is gone. And then the reality hits them and they start sitting there going, what the heck have I done? What did I do that for? Why did I become so angry? Why was I so defensive? Why was I this? Why was I that? And that's what happens. And, there's such a misconception of emotionality and all the things that are rolling on this planet because there's a high amount of frequency variances, more so than there ever have been. And where's that all coming from? Where's all that coming from? Us. This civilization, this surface population. That's where it's coming from. You think it's coming from anywhere else? Some great galactic wave coming from the central sun? Do you think that's what it is? Or do you understand that it's you? It's all of us that are creating these frequencies and these shifts for this planet. Okay? It's like all of these engineered conflicts across our country. The disregard for life, disregard for self. Those frequencies are low survival matter frequencies. So you choose, each of us choose. How do we view that? The only thing we can do is saturate everything and everyone 24/7 in deep eternal love and gratitude. That's it. That's all you can do. It isn't your concern to be concerned about others, because you must understand you before you can help anything or anyone else. This has been one of the discrepancies of the civilization, being taught into and pushed into a guilt factor, that in a self-esteem factor, where you ignore yourself. You've got to sacrifice to help others. That's crap. Because if you don't love yourself and haven't forgiven yourself and don't love every aspect of yourself, how are you going to make an effect, a change, a shift in the vibrational frequencies of the civilization? You're not. You're just not going to be able to do it. It really is, the bottom line is, if you don't love yourself, you're not going to love anything else. That's it, period. No matter how much the externalism tricks you into believing so. It doesn't. If you don't know yourself, who and what you are, how are you going to know who and what everybody else is? You're not. This is an absolute tug of war for this civilization to come to the realization that all the money, all the wealth, all the gold, all the glitz, all the ego stroking and everything else is meaningless until you are one with your God. And then you view it from a whole different perspective. And then you understand is that I prefer to live in a paradise, so I will create one for myself, thereby affecting others to do the same. You see how it works? But they reversed it. They make it sound like it's supposed to come from outside of us, you know? But that's crap. It comes from within. It's always been from within. Have you ever noticed that if you're angry or you're pissed off or you're frustrated or something, have you ever noticed how it affects others? Have you ever noticed how the ego tricks you to make you think that everybody's out to get you? That every business deal, everything, they're out to get you. That every single one is dishonest. Every single one is going to rip you off. Can you imagine existing that way? Oh, and here's the excuse. Oh, it's because you've experienced so many bad things in your life about people and how dishonest and corrupt they are. So everyone is. They all are. Now, that is a very dangerous attitude to have. You know why? Because number one, you don't know yourself when you do that. You don't love yourself when you do that. And the ego mind has full control over you. That's what happens to all of us. None of us are exempt. And if we continue to go down that rabbit hole, we continue to fall in there. The darker and gloomier it gets, and the more we don't trust ourselves, we don't trust anybody. When you don't trust yourself, you won't trust anybody else. You won't. You just won't. You'll always be worried and stressing and fearing that they're up to something, that they're up to no good, that they're going to do something bad that's going to affect you. How can you navigate something like that? You can't. So it's always been going within and loving the God within us. It has nothing to do with anything outside of you. I'll say that till I'm blue in the face. It has nothing to do with anything outside of you. The outside of you is the illusion. You create everything you experience. Whether you know it or not, you create everything you experience, and you'll continue to do so until you become fully aware of who and what you are. And you say, wait a minute, I'm creating this. Do I dare create? Do I want to create this? You could be just sitting somewhere on your porch, just kind of looking around and stuff, and your mind's going 24/7. And you inadvertently create things that you don't even know you created them. Then things happen, you go, why is this happening? Why is that happening? There's no external influence, and the only external influence is you. You can be the external influence on you. How you perceive, how you take things in, what you believe, what you don't believe. I believe what I see. See, a lot of people say, I believe what I see. I cannot believe what I don't see. That's externalism. When you understand and you have finally rectified with yourself that what you see you create, right? Wrong. What you believe you create. But a lot of people think that what they see they create. It isn't that way. It's just kind of twisted the civilization a long time ago. But here's the kicker. In the event that you do not have faith in yourself and you do not trust yourself for whatever reason that you have not made peace with, how are you going to realize that believing is seeing? How are you gonna do that? You're not. You're gonna embrace and hug onto seeing is believing. And that's why it's so dangerous right now on this planet. Because everything you see, if you're in that perspective and that belief that seeing is believing, then you're going to have some heavy-duty challenges. You can watch a movie that looks so real that you would swear it was real. Every aspect of it. You got good actors and actresses. You've got good plot. It's really well done. FX is great. Special effects, all that stuff. And you would absolutely swear that was real. That's why it was such a good movie, because you got so involved with it. And you know what? It's an illusion. Just like everything outside of you, it's an illusion. And those illusions are what try to train us through the ego mind to believe what we're seeing. And since each of us are creators, first you believe, and from your belief, you will create. But when you do it from the externalism and you say, first I see, then I believe. Have you ever had anybody say to you, how do you believe that? How come you believe that? I don't see anything that's telling me that what you believe is true. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think. It matters what you think and feel. It matters what you are. It has nothing to do with what they say. Well, that can't be done. You can't do that. Well, I believe it can. Well, how do you believe it can? You've got no proof of that. You see what I mean? That's in everything. So why argue with externalism? There's no reason to engage it. You only engage the things that you wish to enjoy. That's it. Why would you engage anything that is dank and goopy and heavy duty, pulling you down? There's no reason to. Because guess what? We've experienced all that, guys. We've experienced the ups and downs more than once. More than once. Dozens and dozens and dozens of times. And the reason we've experienced ups and downs is because we've created them. Now, inadvertently, obviously, for the majority of us, that we've created them. But you understand what this means. This means that you are on a journey within yourself, and that you are the most important thing ever to you. You are the most valuable in the universe to you. Every aspect of you is number one priority. Every attitude you have of yourself deserves sincere, loving attention. You come first for you. This is how we begin to balance literally our karma. We balance our that's achieved, you then begin to practice enlightenment. You can slowly but surely move into enlightenment. And this affects all of those around you, because you are no longer engaged in the lower survival matter frequencies of ego, of fear, of worry, of lack of. You're not even engaged in that. How can you create it if you're not engaged with it? So you choose to love your God because you choose to love yourself. And then you're on that journey within you, discovering some phenomenal things about you. And all this externalism has no attention from you. And that's when everything shifts. That's when everything begins to transform. And you don't go back. You don't revisit that old dank goop. It's long gone. And that's what we're doing on this planet. You know, I talk with some very interesting people on this planet. And it's quite intriguing how they perceive things. Because they've talked with this species, or this council of the galactics, or they've talked with this alien, or off-worlder. And they've talked with this one, and this is what they're saying, and this is who's saying what. That's all crap. It's all crap. The most important thing that you'll ever experience is you. And once you get the most important thing that you will ever experience in existence is you. Period. No debate. No belaboring. The most important thing ever that ever is, ever will be, ever has been is you. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. Let go of all the stuff that you've collected, because we all collect them, in the last 24 hours. It's like we're all magnets, so, you know, however we feel through the heart-mind, we're going to attract. It all sticks to you. And so you just say, I have no need to have any of this. I embrace it with love and let it go. And you're done with it. You're done with it. You don't revisit it. And the shoulders drop in your body and you relax. You're letting go of things. You know, instead of hanging on to things, worry, stress, and fear, why do that? Take that energy, put it toward you. To love and deep gratitude and peace and gentleness and kindness, generosity and humbleness toward yourself. You can't do that with others if you cannot do it with yourself. And if you can't sustain it with yourself, how are you going to sustain it with others? It's not possible. And it's very disjointed and really rough if you try to. So you relax the body, we let it go. We let all this stuff off. Only you can do that. No one else can. There's no such thing as a temporary fix. This is permanent. It's eternal. So as we relax the body, we move into the now. I've had people say, well, why do we have to move into the now? You don't have to do anything. You choose to move into the now. Why is that? Why would you spend all of your energies recirculating the past that's all gone, that you've already experienced, and then wondering about the future and leaving the now alone, which is absolutely absurd. So in the now, we don't go into the past, reminisce on the past over and over again because we aren't happy with the now, or that we know of that we're in the now, and then we wander off into the future to try to figure out how we can have a wonderful life in the future. And it all stems from the now. So those of us who go into the past, bring the past into a future that doesn't exist, create that future out of that past, and relive that past in that future. That doesn't make any sense. Or we go into the future and try to figure out how we're going to have a better future than we do in the now. And that doesn't work. So in the now, we create our future. The now stills our mind and our ego mind. We leave the mind alone in the now. All we're focused on is the moment. That's it. Moment to moment. Not what's going to happen tomorrow. Not what's going to happen 10 minutes from this now. You know, not what happened in the past, but only the now. It's all we've got. And it's all good. It stills the mind and the ego mind. We don't care to have that noise all the time. So by moving in the now, we really don't. And when you're in the now and you're in moment to moment, your gratitude grows. It deepens. It strengthens. Because you start realizing how grateful you are for every single aspect of you. Deeply so. So now we want to breathe. We relax the body, we move into the now. We want to breath in through our nose and breath out through our mouths. And you breath in real nice and easy. Feel the divine positive energy. This is a life force. It sustains your physical vessel, which holds the God within. This is. I'll guarantee you, if someone took you out to space and you thought that you were masterful of everything, you wouldn't last long. It would take seconds before your body became brick hard and froze. Just instantaneously freeze to death. That's it. Within seconds. So you wouldn't have to worry about breathing because the body would just basically turn into an ice cube completely. Now, the ego plays another role. Well, you can, if you know who and what you are, you can just go, fly off the planet and just fly into space and not have to breathe, eat, or do anything. That's ego. So as we breath in, a good visualization to stay in the now. When we breathe, we are in the now. So it's real simple, isn't it? When I'm breathing and I'm focused on my breathing, I breath in the morning before I get out of bed. I breath at night before I go to sleep. So when you take your breath, divine positive energy, we have 7 central chakras going through the center of the spinal column of our body. If we're seated in a comfortable position, these chakras are circular or flower petal shaped. They're vortexes of energy lying across 7 different points. And these 7 chakras are connected to different glands and organs in our bodies and are responsible for uniform distribution of the chi, or the ki, or the God energy, the life energy, through them. So when there is a disruption in our lives, energy or a blockage in any one of our or more of our chakras, we can suffer from health or mental issues. Isn't that amazing? You could be suffering from mental issues and you think it's clinical. So you go to an allopathic psychiatric practitioner to get help. You can spend years with that psychiatric practitioner and shift one here, one there. But does it help you? And 9 times out of 10, no. Not long term. Because of the chakras, which we ignore. So the chakras form the energy ecosystem of every one of us. And a deficiency in this ecosystem, just like in any ecosystem, can wreak havoc in the different areas of our lives. So we take this divine energy, divine positive energy, and we start with the red wheel of light, the root chakra, the Muladhara. This is energy, stability, comfort, safety, I am. And remember to keep one eye on that little guy, the ego, as we do this. Then we move up to the orange wheel of light chakra, the sacral chakra, the Vadhisthana. This is sensuality, sexuality, pleasure, sociability, I feel. And then we move up into the yellow wheel of light, the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. Strength, personality, power, determination, I do. And then we move to the green wheel of light chakra, the heart chakra, the anahata. And this is acceptance, love, passion, sincerity, I love. And then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, the vishuddha. This is communication, expression, creativity, and inspiration, I talk. And then the violet wheel of light, the third eye chakra, the ajna. Intuition, lucidity, meditation, trust, I see. And then to the crown chakra, the asrava, knowledge, consciousness, fulfillment, spirituality, I understand. Now picture and visualize this. You're taking this divine positive energy through the center of your spinal column, all the way up to your head, all the way up to the crown chakra. And it's passed through all of those energy vortexes. Then you take it to the back of your head and you hold it very briefly. I am light, I am love, I am. And in that brief moment, you compress and condense that divine positive energy into pure liquid energy. And you release it over the pineal gland. Now you can view the pineal gland as a prune, a raisin, anything. I visualize it as a rosebud. And once I release this liquid energy over it, it literally blooms into this beautiful, multicolored rose that's shimmering, full of life and energy and vibrant health. And it's eternal, it's immortal, a wonderful fragrance. And our pineal glands are very important to us while we're in these bodies. They're the gateway to all the particles of existence. They're the gateway to pure consciousness, and they're also the gateway to beyond. So they're important for all of us. So this exercise, this visualization, extended through the heart-mind, identifies with us what we believe we create. So you either choose to or you don't choose to. This immediately increases your vibrational frequency across the board. This moves you into harmony and balance. It centers and focuses you. It allows you to open up more to the God that you are. It allows you to embrace the love that you are more. It alleviates a lot of the veils and deceptions that you have been tricked out of being within yourself. So as we do this, in this breathing, we're also become aware that we are consciously aware that we are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. And we're one. We're one with the God within us. We're one with the Spirit, the higher self, the soul, all of it. However you label all of these pieces of who and what you are. We're one with the heart mind. So we have others with us. This is a massive gathering, this meditation, for the civilization of this planet. Earth, Gaia, Arya. This is a massive understanding and deep eternal love and gratitude. So we have others immediately with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. They're consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. And we don't see them like we see ourselves because of, obviously they vibrate at a different frequency than we do. And so they're able to have a large number in a small space because of that frequency. So thousands of them can surround any one of us at any one time. That's true bliss. And they assist us and we assist them in different ways. We also have the Ascended Masters. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, many, many, many more. And when you begin to fully embrace who and what you are, you start to realize that you're also an Ascended Master. You're always ascending. And you're always learning, and you're always mastering, if you choose to. If you choose to. So now they've ascended out of body, and they hold God form, pure consciousness. this, I guess, for a better choice, what's a ball of light? We as a ball of light, as the God, we ascend into body to experience this physical form. So we can taste, we can eat, we can laugh, we can cry. You know, we can be happy, we can be sad. These are all tactile feeling. When you are out of body, you don't have any of that. None of that. Zero. You don't smell fragrance. You don't look at flowers. You don't see any of it. You don't have that. That's why we're so connected with physical. Overly so at times. This is why we're always in gratitude while we're in this body and beyond. So all of us, all three groups of us, all parts of each other, we immediately call out because we draw and invite as many facets and aspects of ourselves and each other and Source Creator as we can in this gathering, in this meditation. So we call out to all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of the circle of light. And they come in the Gogaplexes. One Gogaplex fills this universe. They come in trillions of Gogaplexes from every direction. And they are with us now. We call out to all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, beneath earth, Agartha, many, many, many civilizations and species. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of the circle of light. And they come in the billions. And they are with us now. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, and only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light that we form. And we're only familiar with a fraction of them. There's the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, the Zeta Reticuli, the Greys, all the different species and levels, Nords, Avians, Golden Pyramids, Draco, Reptilian, all of them. Many, many, many more. Over 1,000 species civilizations traverse through the solar system every day. They've been assisting us in our evolution, our enlightenment, and our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call out to all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude to be with us in this now, this meditation, and the forming of the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call out to all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, this meditation, and the forming of the circle of light. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, deepest, eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, and this forming of the circle of light. Now, there's trillions of them. And they come in color, shapes, sizes, forms, configurations, of which many we've never seen before. And just to name a few Centaur and the Minotaur. Many, many, many more. And they are with us now. We're all here together for the benefit of this planet and all the civilization of it, in it, above it, and below it. This Earth, this Gaia, this Arya. And arm in arm, hand in hand, all of our gods together. We are all in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, abundance. And all of us are of the highest and from the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we are all of the highest and from the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. And we are all one, and we are all God, and we are all love. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. Now, all of us come together at the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this meditation. And we immediately form this massive circle of light. It is the gods within us that is the light. And this is so brilliant and so white, it would take at least 1 billion of the suns to come close to the brilliance and the brightness of this circle of light, which is the love of God, the love of Source Creator, Source Creation, that which made us. It grays out the darkness of space. It floods and saturates everything and everything with deep eternal love and gratitude. And we begin to levitate up above the planet. And as we begin to levitate up above the planet, this brilliance, we are immediately met with this massive gossamer field. It is an ocean of glitter. And it is trillions of vibrant colors. And because of the white light of the circle of light that we form, it is the reflection of all aspects of all creation. Flooding, saturating, and bathing everything and everything. And we're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael, and this is the column that reminds us that we are the power of healing. Following, we are met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael, and this is a column that reminds us of our power, our strength, our resolve. And then we're met with the column of white fire. This is a column that reminds us that we are imbued head to toe, inside now, with an impenetrable force field armor, God-light energy. It is impenetrable. It is our armor. Nothing can penetrate it. Nothing can affect it. Nothing externally. It is of the highest high frequencies of the deepest, deepest, deepest of eternal love and gratitude. So you, all of us, are protected always from everything. But only you have the power. Only you have the power that if you decide to dip yourself into low vibrational frequencies, lower dark matter frequencies, lower survival matter frequencies, you go far enough, you will deplete your white fire armor, allowing those frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if this happens, you choose to do this, you immediately are met with a column of the purple transmuting flame. This column reminds you that you can bring in the purple transmuting flame at any time to transmute these low vibrational frequencies into neutral light substance and literally send them back to pure consciousness where they become no more. Then you're met with the violet ray column. This column reminds you that you could immediately bring in the violet ray behind the purple transmuting flame, and you could purify and cleanse the area where these low frequencies were harbored. Henceforth, restoring your white fire armor to the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude. We're then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column that reminds us of who and what we are. We are the grace, the beauty, the love, the joy, the bliss. And we see it everywhere. We see it in the sky at sunset and sunrise. We see it in the rainbows. We see it in the waters. We see it in the clouds. We see it in the forests. It's everywhere. We are everywhere. It's love. We are love. Now, some of us, as we continue to levitate up, we decide to step out. Those of us carrying physical forms decide to step out of our bodies. And we float effortlessly above our bodies. As we do this, as we continue to levitate up, we come upon this massive crystalline tower that we created that's larger than this solar system. This crystalline tower, you can see trillions of vibrant colors, trillions of rainbows, like this pulsating aura branching out in waves of spectacular vibrance and color, saturating everything and everything. And then we look at the top of this column, this crystalline tower, and we designed it so that the golden ocean can cascade down 360 degrees eternally, perpetually. And it's flooding, saturating everything, everything and everything. All of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest value in the universes. And the golden ocean, each of us are a drop of the golden ocean, each of us. And each of us hold the essence of that ocean. What is the ocean? The ocean is love, deep eternal love, each and every one of us. Love, joy, peace. And it's perpetual, it's eternal, it continues. It floods everywhere, everything. And then we look over a little bit and we see this massive sphere which sits center circle. This sphere we created well over 2 years ago. It holds close to 900 of our meditations, all of us, from everywhere. Holds it all. Perpetual motion, the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love, of source creator, creation, source creation. This is why it can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. It's everywhere. And what is it? It is the love that we are. It is source creation, the love that source made us from. That frequency. And it's bathing and flooding and saturating everything and everything. All of our brothers and sisters, whether they're conscious or bicameral. All of everything, all life, lifting the frequencies of this planet, this civilization, the collective consciousness into the upper, highest of highest high frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude. It cannot not. Millions of us with this intention, day in and day out, with love and joy and deep gratitude every step of the way. There is no room for doom and gloom. It cannot exist in the frequency that we maintain of deep eternal love and gratitude. If you desire to eliminate these lower frequencies, you move out of them. You move out of them. You have the power. Source Creator gave you that power. Use that power. I'll join you in the meditation return to close us out. yourselves floating effortlessly above this planet. And pouring forth the light and the love that you are over everything and everything. And you have openly embraced the power of the God that you are within. You release the deep eternal love of which you are unto all your brothers and sisters on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. And then you watch as this planet becomes a true paradise, a heaven on earth, in deep eternal peace, deep eternal love, gratitude, bliss, joy, tranquility, benevolence, abundance. Flow with it. You're part of it. Take this with you, this visualization with you the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. Use your power. Embrace who and what you are. We'll be back here Sunday.